Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, or welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome to this new video on Ethereum. We're going to do a full update on the current price action. Had some very strong price action overnight. As you can see, after some news about de-escalation, or well, in general, some more development on trade talks between China and the US, and then also some more money injection from China itself by lowering the interest rates and just in general increasing liquidity in their markets. So prices went up. We've left a fair bit of imbalance with this move, of course. So there's a bit of a magnet down to the bottom of the range. But essentially, Ethereum is still within that same old range right here, which I've extended the volume the volume profile a little bit. So now the value area high is around 1840, to be precise, 1843, and then the value area low right here is at 1780. But you can also see historically the main level that we needed to watch, and also the value area low of this balance. The last time we were at this level right here, at the end of March, beginning of April, is more towards 1760. So we're still within that range, which we have been in for quite a long time already now. Since the 23rd of April. So we again have to ask ourselves the question, can we actually expect that bullish breakout now? Which there were times I expected the bullish breakout when we had quite a lot of volume coming in here at the start of May last week. I thought we had a fair chance to do that, but as some of you might know, I actually started to lean a little bit more towards getting the bearish breakdown and getting a drop into this previous balance down here and filling all these imbalances here. I gained a small bias towards expecting that, and I'd be fair, this imbalance here we made between 1715 and 1740 was already filled for about 70%, so I would say that doesn't really count anymore. But this one to the downside, around 1660, definitely does. And I still have that bias, regardless of the move up we've seen so far. I think the chances of Ethereum breaking out here are not zero. I mean, obviously we can break out, right? This is crypto. A lot of things can happen, and we've seen how reactive the price of Ethereum can be to good news. So if we get more good news over the course of today, for example, during the FOMC meeting we have tonight, we can definitely break out. But I would say, given the volume that we're seeing right now compared to the volume we've seen some other times that we tried to break out and we failed, it's relatively low. Like I said, we have some imbalances to the downside, which I think are very likely to fill. And then I'm also not completely convinced about crypto market strength here. Sure, Bitcoin is quite strong, but if you look at the general financial markets, they haven't actually pumped that much on this news. Right, so that makes me wonder, all right, there's a bit of a divergence between crypto and the general financial markets. Is there any reason to be specifically more bullish on crypto? Well, maybe with Bitcoin, but with Ethereum, I'm not certain, all right? And at this point of time, to be fair, I don't see any reason to be that, all right? So short term, I think it's already generally... technically, excuse me, more likely that we'll pull back into this level here at 1797. And although I think stability is to be expected, so I don't necessarily expect the bearish breakdown instantly after this, I do still think generally a breakdown is more likely. But we'll talk about that later. I'll keep you updated on that. In general, what I always advise with this is wait for the actual breakout, right? So wait for the price to actually find some balance below one of those two levels that we talked about earlier. So 1843 or 1760. Wait for that, then you have confirmation. Short term, I'd say this is most likely, but I'm still leaning, like I said in my last video, still leaning towards a bearish breakdown. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know. So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.